So yeah, I took a little bit of a break in between the previous episode and this one, so I'm kind of starting fresh. New level generation and all that jazz. And since I'm starting at the Sanctuary, I might as well check out some new upgrades. Especially since I have a whole new section of the tree. And I've actually poured over it a little bit, and there are some damn good bonuses here. There seem to be quite a few damage bonuses, even more so than the previous sections of the tree, including this specific extra big bonus over here, that I'm definitely going to want to pick up. But what looks to be the best bonus is this pretty unique one right here. Your attacks destroy enemy projectiles. I get the feeling that picking this up is going to make those screamers so much easier to deal with, so I think I'm going to be beelining straight for that. Probably won't be able to pick it up right now, but the next time I die, I might be able to, if I'm lucky. I'll need 3,200, so hopefully I can make that amount for keeling over in Eldritch Disgrace. And as always, it is time for loading. I just realized, now that I have this ability upgrade, I can actually make my way back to where I previously was much more quickly than I otherwise could have. Fortunate for me, because if that wasn't the case, I would have had to have backtracked all the way back around and taken that original, much longer path. The question is, should I head into that long, vertical room or continue exploring in this direction? I would like to pick up that next ability as soon as possible, so yeah, I think I'll do that. So I've been testing out this charge up move, and it seems very good. Aside from the fact that sometimes I end up doing it accidentally. That's the downside of having next to no charge up time. But in terms of damage, it seems to do a little bit more than my basic combo. Or at least the first few hits of that. And if it crits, oh boy does it do a lot of damage. I think I actually managed to one-shot or nearly one-shot one of the crawlers with a crit of the charge move. So yeah, this is certainly a welcome addition to my arsenal. And again, I kind of wish it had been one of the earlier upgrades. Now that I know it exists, if I were to do another playthrough, which I very much doubt I'll ever do, especially since I don't have a reason to do a second one and see what happens if I resist, because a YouTuber I'm watching also play through this game is doing the resist path. And I really don't feel like playing this game again for its own sake because it just has way too many flaws in terms of the gameplay. But crap, what was I? Oh god. I went on too long of a tangent and now I've forgotten what I was initially talking about. Shit. I gotta stop doing that. Something about charge up time, maybe. Oh yes, the fact that if I were to start up a... Yeah, I'm gonna give up on trying to pronounce these. They're just getting longer and longer. I think the game is trying to spite me for my attempts at pronouncing these things. But if I were to start up a new playthrough, I think I could beeline right for that upgrade, the charge up melee move. Because I don't think there's anything explicitly blocking me from getting it. And these enemies seem weak enough that they could probably be fairly doable, even without all the upgrades that I've gotten by this point. At the very least, I think I could make it to that ability shrine if I were to run for it. The thing is though, on a first playthrough, you're very unlikely to actually do that. Oh wow. You know what, maybe I shouldn't have called these enemies easy because I am having quite a bit of trouble with them indeed. Not the best cannon usage, but I took down one of the screamers, which is the big trouble for me. But yeah, even if you were capable of surviving here earlier on a first playthrough you're never going to think of that. You're going to want to continue exploring the first area first. That's just your natural thought process. At least it is for me. Okay, I gotta take care of that cultist. He's being a right jerkbag. Where are you, buddy? There you are. That does a fair amount of damage. You know what? Since you have a regenerating shield and all, cannon seems like it would come in useful against you. Actually, now that I think about it, and I guess this is appropriate since I could be considered a cultist of Nyarlathotep or whoever is my Elder God patron, but the cultist is the enemy that is most similar to me thus far. Can I break through that? Okay, good, but it's a dead end, great. And that they don't have exactly all that much health, and they rely more on their regenerating shield for survival. Not to mention having a somewhat greater bag of tricks than most of the other enemies who have only a single attack. And that's pretty cool. It's nice that I'm starting to see somewhat more complex enemies. I hope that continues to be the case. That way, despite the game's flaws, I will still continue to enjoy it more and more as I proceed. Oh no, that's a lot of noise. That means I'm in for troubling times. God damn it, those projectiles are the worst. I can't tell if those walls are being summoned by the cultists or if they're just a feature of the environment that I have to deal with. It's probably a thing that the cultists are doing, and I might be dead here. Fuck, these cultists are jerks. Well, there goes all my healing flasks. I guess I can't continue to the left because of that waterfall, so that's rather annoying. Oh, no wonder I'm having so much trouble. There's 2 cultists on my back. I really need to try and take care of them post-haste. God, what is with that audio glitching? That is... I don't know why that keeps cropping up, and I really hope they patch it. Even when it's just momentary like that, and it's not a complete halt of all other audio, it's just really grating on the ears. Looking at the health bars, it seemed there was a Lith enemy in that mix as well, so even stronger things to deal with. No wonder why I died so quickly. I'm not even halfway to destroying projectiles, which I clearly really need. I think with that, I wouldn't even need to necessarily specifically target the projectiles, but I'd probably just end up destroying most of them, just while fighting everything else. So yeah, that is obviously an upgrade to immediately go for. So heading off into that big room there seemed to be a bit of a bust. I guess I need to try this middle exit on the left here, in this big vertical shaft, and maybe that'll take me to the ability shrine. If I'm lucky. Alright, I don't know if I need to try and make my way especially over to the left side, or if I can just safely drop down. But I'm just gonna play it safe, and... made it. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd be able to actually make my way back up there if I dropped all the way down to the bottom as I had done previously. In fact, I'm not even sure if I'm specifically supposed to be able to do this, but... I think I might be able to cheese my way up. I wonder if enemies spawn here, because if they did, that would actually help me, since hitting enemies in the air resets the double jump ability. And that would make traversing up this wall so much easier, even if I did end up having to deal with the enemy's attacks at the same time, yeah. Oh, there we go. I just gotta get my timing better to consistently do the launcher as well. And if I intermix these two just right, yep, like that. Oh, nope, not quite like that. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. There we go, I eventually got the rhythm. Basically, I had to time a horizontal melee strike after I had gained enough leftward momentum after doing a wall jump. And that allowed me to kind of cheese my way up here, because I don't think this is entirely intended. I think there's another path to the ability shrine that you're meant to take, but hey, it worked out, so... Oh god, more cultists. I hate these jerks so goddamn much. I think I might try and save my cannon ammunition specifically for them, just annihilate their shield, and then kill them, yeah. So, when I called them squishy, I was probably underselling it a little bit. They don't seem to have any HP at all, so as soon as I manage to break their shields and get one more hit, they're dead. That's good to know, so yeah. Definitely saving my cannon shots for them specifically is a good idea in this area. Oh god, here we got screamers and one of these tentacles here. Devourers, that's what they're called. Oh my. He is a lot stronger than I remembered him being. It's rather troubling. You know what? Just gonna use a cannon shot there. I'm gonna regret that later when I end up getting swarmed by cultists, but maybe I'll get lucky and pick up some ammunition. You do seem to randomly... I'm sorry, what? I had, like, mostly full health when my shields went down, yeah? And I get hit by, like, 2 of their projectiles. How did they manage to do that much damage? Wow! I don't think I fully realized just how dangerous the Screamers are. I considered them more of an annoyance because their projectiles are difficult to avoid, especially with all the other chaos going on. But I didn't fully realize just how much damage their projectiles did. Maybe there was a slightly upgraded variant? Huh. I think I might have to go back and check out that footage just to confirm what happened there, because wow, I was not expecting that. Alright, let's see if I can do this a little bit better. Nope, gonna have to go up the wall again. Thinking about it again, I do think this actually is an intended way, not necessarily the way I'm doing it, although that is clearly a valid option. But rather, I've been told that the Eldritch upgrade for the double jump changes it into a double jump plus a glide. And I can imagine using that makes it a lot easier to get up to this ledge. Fortunately, it is still possible with just the basic abilities I have right now, unless I screw up the motions, god damn it. That's the issue. If I do a single attack at the wrong time, I end up losing all of my momentum and dropping down. I don't think there's any way of recovering from that at that point, which really sucks. Especially when I get super close like that. Come on, I can do it this time. Finally, jeez. Alright. How long do you want to bet I can survive in this section of the map now? 30 seconds? 20 seconds? Maybe even 10 seconds? Okay, yeah. Oh, I see, because yeah, previously the enemies I encountered were the regular base versions of the Screamers, who, even compared to the enemies in the first area, are already pretty dangerous. And now I'm facing their upgraded variant, the Deer Screamers, and that's why they were doing so much damage. At least their projectiles are a different color, but they still don't really stand out. Like, of course they change their color to purple when the enemies end up existing in a purple environment. That's like... Yep, and Deer Devour, that's why I got killed so gosh darn quickly. Upgraded enemies are rather fearsome indeed. I'm wasting my cannon shots, I realize, but I kind of have to because look at how much damage all this shit is doing. I'm not out of my mind when I say that that is a bit much damage, like, good lord. Especially for the projectiles, which the Screamers can fire without any risk to themselves. I feel like they specifically should at least be a fair bit weak. Oh, I really don't like the vines. They are just a huge hassle whenever I'm trying to explore or fight enemies. I can understand the idea of having traps like that, but they really don't add much to the game, at least in terms of positive qualities. Again, if perhaps the enemies could be hurt by the traps, that would be another story, but they can't, so it's kind of a moot point. Okay, I am very close to the ability shrine. I'm gonna pop one of my remaining health flasks right now, so that way if I end up getting attacked by a bunch of stuff, I have a slight chance of surviving. I'm so close to the ability shrine, I don't want to miss out on my chance. Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna wait for a bunch more enemies to spawn, because as soon as I pick up the ability in the shrine, everything's gonna die, and I'm still gonna be able to pick up all that currency, so... as long as I can avoid actually dying, which isn't guaranteed, but... as long as I can manage that, I'll end up better overall. It might be better to just wait around in the ability shrine itself. I'm pretty sure more enemies can spawn here. Just lead the crowd away from the ability itself so I don't lose it in all the chaos. Okay, I'm feeling a bit worried. I'm just gonna proc it. Oh, so that's what lets me get beyond these waterfalls. And it too is an ability I theorized might exist in this game, or that I would be glad if it did. Air dash. It too consumes energy, which is to be expected. Everything consumes energy in this. I wonder if it has iframes like the regular dodge roll. If it does, then it'll be a quite useful addition to my toolkit indeed. Hell, even if it doesn't, it still would let me get out of the way of some attacks, so it's still doubtless going to be invaluable to my survival. Now, I noticed there's that big boss icon there. I can't really zoom out for a greater view, but I'm wondering if this area even has any smaller bosses, like the Eschaton devotees or Ali Wayland or what have you. The things I fought in the first area. Because I don't see any symbols on the map. And in the previous area, those definitely... oh god. This is tricky to deal with all this stuff. And they definitely showed up before the big boss did, so this area might just have a big boss only. In which case, the question is, should I go after that now, or should I wait? Should I fully explore the area and see if I can't pick up some more useful perks? Because I had enough trouble with Dominion that I should probably try and be as strong as possible before I fight the boss. And in fact, I would almost certainly want to pick up the ability to destroy projectiles. I'm just having a random guess here, but I'm gonna bet that... oh, I'm dead. No, I'm not gonna bet that I'm dead, although it does seem likely, but I'm gonna bet that the big boss has projectiles. And thus I'm gonna want to have the ability to destroy them if at all possible. I think I managed to take out that cultist, but it did me no good anyway. Yeah, that was a Lith Devourer right there. And it was quite large. I hope I have enough currency to purchase that one ability. If I'm just a little bit off, I'm gonna be super upset. So upset that I may end up throwing a tantrum. Trust me, game, you don't want to see me throw a tantrum, so do it right. Oh, god damn it, yeah, I think it was 3,200 that I needed. Ah, oh well. Honestly, this Golden Charm perk isn't helping as much as I thought it would have. I mean, I'd have much less money if I hadn't had this equipped up till now, but still. I guess that's all a 20% boost will do for you. I also picked up this perk at some point. I don't even remember doing that. Escape death once during a run. That sounds incredibly good. But much like that increased chance for health flasks dropping, it results in enemies dropping way fewer shards. I could see this being useful if I was having trouble with the boss, but for general exploration when I'm not just trying to explore the environments, but also trying to pick up more currency, it's probably not that great. Let's see. I was actually not too far away from the boss. In fact, you know what? I was actually especially close to unlocking another shortcut. Damn. I'm gonna have to go all the way back around again, the same route as I took the first time. That's unfortunate. Alright, I'm pretty close to that shortcut I mentioned. Let's see if I can at least unlock that before dying. In fact, I think I might focus on just getting to there rather than fighting these dudes. Although that may cost me my life. You never know with this game. You know, up to this point I've been a little bit sour each time I've had a death. But I just realized that this game, even though it labels itself more as a Metroidvania than anything else, it's also equal parts roguelite, thanks to the whole quick death thing and the upgrading after you die. I compared the game to Rogue Legacy, but I never actually consciously thought of it as being a roguelite, but it really is. unless it ends up actually being a fusion of Metroidvania and roguelite gameplay types. It's basically the roguevania that Dead Cells styles itself as, which if you play Dead Cells, you know is completely inaccurate in that game's case. It is barely Metroidvania at all. It has some slightly open progression elements, but nothing significant enough to want the Metroidvania label, I would say. But this game definitely would be fit to be called a roguevania style game. At least I think. And having realized that, I'm much less sour about dying because that's just a part of those genres. And it's really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. It's similar to how I rarely get upset when I die in Dark Souls. Because again, that's kind of part of the experience, it's what you're there for. I still gotta... Okay. You know what? I need currency, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna go for it. Maybe get some ammo refills? No, of course not. Oh boy. Well, whatever Lith enemy I end up getting, I hope it's just a Devourer. The Lith Devourer didn't seem too bad, although I didn't exactly get a chance to see it do much before I died. But the main thing is I really don't want to deal, that was a waste, with a Lith variant of these Screamers. That would be, oh, not fun at all. Okay, it is a Devourer, fantastic. Seems like it has that same AoE contact bullshit that the Lith Worm had. Oh yeah, not gonna survive this. If I had more of my cannon ammunition, maybe I could do it, but I don't like my chances for survival here. Oh yeah, those projectiles are such bullshit, but I think I have just barely enough currency to pick up that one ability, so there's that at least. And yeah, I have no health left. And I get killed by the environment of all things. God damn those thorns. I think I'll skip this purple orb on my next pass through. I'm guessing that I'll probably end up picking up level 2 perks from it. I get the feeling that's something I'm going to be coming across more often now that I have a good portion of the level 1 variants. But even if I do end up getting a rank 2, even to one I'm currently using or would like to use, I don't think it's worth the hassle of attempting those challenges. Anyway, yes, destroying enemy projectiles. Away with the outsiders, I shall keep you from harm. Mother Ishela Bagor. Oh yeah, this vertical room is now so much more useful now that I have all these stairways unlocked. I think I've actually explored the entirety of this. Ah, there's one more door on that side. I'm guessing there will either be... There can't be an ability, because those would show up on the map. And I only have like 2 of them left anyway, so they're probably for the remaining area of the game. So I'd imagine that's the other side of either a perk, one of the perk shrines, or maybe a boss. Although I would still think that the boss icons would show up on the map, so probably not a boss. But you never know. Maybe it's just not showing up for whatever reason. Maybe it's just being lazy, doesn't want to come in on a weekend like this. Yeah, I'm definitely a bit too ready with my use of the cannon. That's definitely what cost me even a decent chance at trying that challenge. I definitely would have needed full ammunition to have even a chance at that. But then again, for all I know, if I don't use the cannon in a hectic situation like that, that could just lead to my death, and then I have even less of a chance at the challenge because, you know, I'll be dead. Speaking of challenges, yeah, I'm gonna ignore that this time. I don't think it's particularly worth it. Mayhaps later, or mayhaps I'll go through on my own time, just to see if I can. And just to get some confirmation about whether that actually gives a level 2 perk or not. But yeah, I don't actually want a repeat of that 30-minute attempt at checking out that first purple orb I came across. given how much of an easier time I had with it after beating the area and picking up all those upgrades, I feel like I could probably take on that challenge there after I've been through this area, or explored it fully at least, so that's probably when I'll wait to do those. That seems like a good idea. Much better use of my time. I got more enemies spawning, but things still aren't super bad, which means I actually have a chance to take out my map. There is a lock icon there. Hopefully I can get beyond it. I don't want my progress this way to be bulked. That'd be really annoying. I should be able to get through there, yeah. Still gotta get better with my timing. Endless Hordes Meditation Chambers. Okay, this area sounds fun. I'm guessing that Endless Hordes is not just meant to be descriptive fluff, but is actually accurate to what's going to happen here. In which case, I might as well just speed through. Okay, we got a lot of Devourers, a cultist who's gonna try and bar my progress with his barriers, like so. That's a good use of my cannon. Maybe I can take out these Devourers while they're weakened. Ooh, I ran out of energy, that's never good. Yeah, I definitely want to take down that cultist. He's just gonna keep barring my progress and being an annoying jerkbag. Hey, perk! What is it? High density bullets, rank 1. Okay. I'll check out what that does as soon as I die, which may be soon. Let's see. I gotta figure out how to get further up. I think this will do. Maybe not, huh? Yeah, this is the issue with trying to explore an environment when you're dealing with all sorts of, enemies harrying you. In fact, I'm not even sure if it is possible. Maybe I need to go up this column here? It's hard to say. Well, there goes most of my health flasks. Come on. Ah, there we go. I saw that, pass-throughable platform as a solid wall. That's why I was confused. Alright, just keep moving up and up and up. And that didn't help me whatsoever. This was a dead end. Great. Thank you, procedural generation. You are my eternal friend. Alright, well, that room, aside from the perk itself, was pretty much a waste. I gotta tell you, that feels great, having basically just wasted my resources, spending extra time in that room and all. I think I took out the cultist. It's hard to tell. There's such a small figure among all these other enemies. Oh, nope. Maybe I did, but there's at least one cultist still alive here. Given that it was attacking me. Yeah, I'm not gonna survive this. Alright, well, seems I proved myself wrong. A rare, happy occurrence of that being the case. Alright, now with all of these enemies on my tail, although they seem to be lightening up. I guess because I exited that Endless Hordes area, thankfully. I'm gonna try heading to the right and see how far I can make it. Probably not very far.